I ignored the signs. For years, I kept people in my life who talked about supporting my dreams, but vanished when I needed them. People who used my name to get opportunities, then acted like we were strangers. I remember when someone's actions finally revealed the truth. That's when God opened my eyes. I realized I wasn't being kind. I was being used. You deserve better than what you've been accepting. These 7 signs are God's warnings, directing you toward freedom from false relationships and showing you what's blocking you from receiving the genuine connections He actually wants for you. Let's start with the first one. First, they pretend to support you. Have you ever felt that strange disconnect when someone's words of support don't match what they actually do? That's not your imagination. That's God tapping you on the shoulder, like that intuitive nudge you feel when something isn't quite right, saying, "Pay attention." These people enter your life with grand promises and encouraging words. They paint beautiful pictures of how they'll stand by you. "I'll always be your biggest supporter," they declare, like someone who promises to help you move, but disappears when the moving day arrives. They position themselves as your cheerleader, your foundation, the one person you can count on when everyone else disappears. But something feels off, doesn't it? When you need them most, during your darkest moments or biggest challenges, they're mysteriously absent. When you share good news about your promotion, your business success, or your personal growth, they change the subject or offer congratulations that sound hollow and forced. Their words say, "I'm happy for you," but their eyes tell a different story. God doesn't send these feelings of doubt without reason. Your spirit recognizes the inconsistency before your mind can fully process it. That hesitation in their voice when you succeed isn't just awkwardness, it's resentment in disguise. That delay in their response to your good news isn't a busy schedule, it's calculated indifference. What makes these false supporters so dangerous is how close they position themselves to you. They don't stay at a distance. They work their way into your inner circle. They collect your struggles, weaknesses, and insecurities, not to help you heal, but to store them like ammunition. Over time, their pattern becomes unmistakable, consistently absent when you're in crisis, downplaying your achievements when you succeed, always finding something negative to say about your dreams and goals. "I just want you to be realistic," they say. But what they really mean is, "I don't want you to outshine me." God is showing you that real support isn't silent or passive. A divine connection, a true supporter shows up when it matters, not just when it's convenient. They celebrate your victories as if they were their own. They speak life into your dreams, not doubt. Dusra, they manipulate you with guilt. While true supporters celebrate your victories, there's another type of person who speaks guilt into your soul. Have you noticed how some people make you feel terrible about yourself without ever raising their voice? It's that weight pressing on your chest when you try to say no, a spiritual warning sign that someone is using your good heart against you. These manipulators use guilt as their weapon. They plant seeds of obligation in your mind that bloom into feelings of indebtedness for things you haven't done wrong. Their specialty is making you question your worth whenever you prioritize yourself. Like when you finally decide to spend time on your own needs, and they respond with reminders of all they've supposedly sacrificed for you, turning your simple act of self-care into a betrayal. "After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me." This phrase might be the most dangerous in the English language. These words squeeze your heart like chains, making each attempt to break free feel impossible. They don't scream their demands, they whisper their disappointment, and somehow that hurts even more. What makes these people so dangerous is their silent operation. They create an environment where saying no feels selfish. They hold your past kindness over your head as a debt that must be repaid with your happiness, your time, your energy. They've trained you to believe your needs come second to their comfort. The truth is staring you in the face. You are not responsible for managing someone else's emotions. That voice telling you to sacrifice your peace to keep them happy. It wasn't born in you. It was planted by someone who benefits from your compliance. When you start setting boundaries, watch what happens. The manipulation intensifies. The guilt trips multiply. The emotional blackmail grows stronger. They label you selfish and ungrateful, twisting your healthy boundaries into character flaws. Moondram, they spread lies and gossip behind your back. The manipulation doesn't always happen when you're around. Sometimes the most dangerous attacks come when you have no chance to defend yourself. Think about what might be happening in the conversations you're not invited to. While some manipulators are bold enough to attack you directly, the truly insidious ones are carefully crafting false narratives about who you are when you're not present to challenge their fiction. Imagine this. You've trusted someone with your deepest struggles, how your childhood shaped your fear of abandonment, or how you're fighting to overcome past mistakes. You believed their eyes of compassion when they said, "You can tell me anything." But later, at a gathering you couldn't attend, they're twisting your vulnerability into entertainment. "Can you believe she still can't get over her ex?" they whisper, creating a version of you that never existed. When you exit the room, everything changes. Your personal challenges become their entertainment. Your confidence becomes gossip. Your trust transforms into the very weapon used against you. They distort your words and actions so skillfully that people form judgments about you based entirely on fabricated stories. This betrayal devastates because of its invisibility. You can't fight what you can't see. By the time you notice the sideways glances, the sudden coldness from mutual friends, or strange questions about things you never said, the damage has already infected multiple relationships like a spiritual virus. God wants you to understand something crucial. This behavior exposes their character, not yours. People who slander you behind your back will do the same to everyone. They fundamentally lack loyalty. They deliberately twist information, thriving on chaos and division, intoxicated by the control they feel when manipulating perceptions. Your first instinct might be to launch a defensive campaign, frantically explaining yourself to everyone who's heard these lies. But that reaction plays directly into their hands. When you lose composure, they simply point and say, "See, this proves everything I told you about them." 4. They are your secret competitor. The enemy doesn't just work through those who speak against you behind closed doors. Sometimes the danger comes wearing the mask of friendship while secretly keeping score. What if I told you that some of your closest supporters are actually counting every blessing God gives you with resentment rather than joy? The truth is, not everyone clapping for your success is actually celebrating it. Pay attention to those who react to your good news with strained expressions and hollow congratulations. They cast shadows over your brightest moments, dimming your light while appearing to stand in your corner. Their words sound supportive on the surface, but that tension you feel isn't your imagination. It's God's spiritual warning system alerting you to envy disguised as friendship. These competitors strategically position themselves in your life as mentors, colleagues, even family members. They stand beside you as you share your dreams, but beneath their encouraging nods lies something darker. They perceive your advancement as a threat to their position. Your progress makes them feel left behind. God reveals their true nature through their responses to your blessings. They immediately shift attention to themselves, That's great, but let me tell you what I accomplished. They plant seeds of doubt. Are you sure you're ready for that opportunity? These reactions expose hearts that view your relationship as a competition rather than a genuine connection. The painful truth is these people have authentic access to your heart. You've trusted them with your vulnerabilities, your fears, your deepest aspirations. You desperately want to believe they support you. But God mercifully reveals the truth through that spiritual discomfort you experience when they minimize your victories or change the subject when you shine too brightly. This unhealthy competition stems from deep insecurity. As you flourish, these individuals feel threatened rather than inspired. What should bring them joy instead triggers resentment. They secretly hope you'll stumble so they can feel superior again. ஐந்தாவது, they drain your energy and bring chaos into your life. From those who compete with you, we now shift to those who consume you. That bone-deep exhaustion you feel after certain interactions isn't just physical tiredness. It's your spirit sending you an emergency signal. Someone is stealing your energy without permission. Pay close attention to how your body responds after spending time with certain people. Your shoulders tighten, your breathing becomes shallow, and it feels as if life itself is being siphoned away. That heavy feeling in your chest, the mental fog, that sudden drop in motivation. These are divine alarms alerting you that someone is depleting what God gave you for your purpose, not their drama. These emotional vampires have mastered the art of feeding off your kindness. Like spiritual parasites, they drain your compassion while offering nothing of value in return. Your kindness becomes their currency, your attention their addiction. The signs are unmistakable. Some present themselves as perpetual victims, their lives an endless series of emergencies they expect you to solve. I don't know what I'd do without you, they say, ensuring you feel responsible for their happiness. Others transform every conversation into a complaint session without ever considering solutions. The most destructive type creates chaos intentionally. They start arguments over nothing, spread rumors, and manipulate situations just to watch the fallout. They find your buttons and push them repeatedly, not because they're trying to help you grow, but because they feed on your reaction. Here's the spiritual truth you need to embrace. These people don't want solutions. They want attention. They don't seek peace. They need drama to feel alive. And if you aren't vigilant, they'll pull you into their storm and make you a character in their chaotic story. You must understand this. Protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's sacred. God gave you limited resources to fulfill a specific calling. Every moment spent catering to someone who deliberately drains you is a moment stolen from your divine purpose. Áraவது, they use you for their own benefit. There's something especially cruel about the final group God wants you to recognize. They aren't chaos carriers who drain your energy through drama. There's something more calculated, more intentional in their approach. These are the users, and they operate with surgical precision. That text message that appears after months of silence, always accompanied by, "Hey, I need a favor," that's not random timing. That's God pulling back the curtain on someone's true intentions toward you. Users value your utility, not your heart. They see you as a resource with benefits they can extract, like a vending machine they only approach when they need something dispensed. The pattern is unmistakable. When was the last time they reached out without needing something? When did they last ask how you're doing without following up with a request? Users maintain relationships like business transactions. They keep you on their contact list while you provide value. Your time, money, connections, emotional support. But establish boundaries and watch how quickly they vanish, only to resurface when another need arises. These people have mastered exploitation. They've studied your compassion, your willingness to help others in trouble. They know which emotional buttons activate your generosity. When you say no, they flip the script, casting you as selfish and uncaring, making you question your character for simply protecting yourself. God illuminates these relationships for a purpose. Your worth isn't measured by what you can do for others. Your value doesn't decrease when you stop providing services. You weren't created to be someone's ATM of favors or their perpetual safety net. The most painful revelation might be discovering how many of your so-called relationships operate on this one-way street. But God isn't showing you this to hurt you. He's protecting your divine assignment. Every resource you give to users diverts from what truly matters in your life's purpose. They pretend to be loyal, but would betray you. When God removes users from your life, He's making room for authentic relationships, but He's also preparing you to recognize something more dangerous. The loyalty some people show you isn't real loyalty at all. It's a performance that lasts exactly as long as it benefits them. And when the moment comes to choose between protecting you or protecting themselves, their true colors will finally appear. Their loyalty comes with hidden conditions, a contract written in invisible ink that only becomes visible when circumstances change. God wants you to understand this crucial truth. These people are skilled actors in the theater of friendship. They wear masks crafted specifically for you, delivering lines they know will win your trust. They become your confidant, your shoulder to cry on, using words like family and forever while looking you straight in the eyes. Watch how quickly the performance ends when personal sacrifice becomes necessary. They stand firmly beside you in the sunshine, but vanish when storm clouds gather. Or worse, they're the ones directing lightning toward you, having learned exactly where you're most vulnerable. The deepest wounds come from those you've invited into your inner sanctuary. Your enemies remain outside your walls, but these false allies, you've handed them the keys to your fortress. The knife that cuts deepest is wielded by hands you once trusted completely. God is giving you wisdom to identify these counterfeit connections before they harm you. Pay attention to how they speak about others in their absence. Do they guard others' dignity or expose confidences for entertainment? The same mouth that reveals other secrets behind their backs will eventually expose yours. A person with genuine loyalty demonstrates consistency without needing constant questioning. They defend your character when you're not present to witness it. They remain steadfast even when it costs them something. Meanwhile, those with counterfeit loyalty abandon ship. The instant protecting you becomes inconvenient to their own interests. Walking away is sometimes the most powerful step forward. When you let go of those with evil intentions and remove toxic people from your life, you make space for real love, real support, and real peace. These 7 signs we've discussed are divine guidance, God's protective hand keeping you from harm. Trust your instincts. That unease you feel is protection, not paranoia. When someone shows you who they truly are through actions, believe them the first time. Like stepping from darkness into light, removing toxic influences allows genuine relationships to flourish. God wants you surrounded by people who celebrate your growth, not diminish it. Your peace is worth protecting. Your purpose matters. Your heart deserves care, not harm.